Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And today we are breaking down just a classic Taylor Swift song. We are breaking down track number 7 on Speak Now, Taylor's version, and that is, of course, The Story of Us, Taylor's version.
The ending soon. Gosh, I love this song so much. Would you consider it a fan favorite? Because I would, but I don't know if that's because I am a fan and it's one of my favorites.
No, I think it's certainly a fan favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because I was thinking about that when I was putting my notes together. I wrote fan favorite, and then I was like, but
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a top-tier fan song.
Top-tier classic
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
But
Yeah.
how many are on that list? I mean, there are so many good songs.
Maybe about 200.
But if you had to, like, as the fan community, think some fan favorite songs, like, I would say, like, Death by a Thousand Cuts is a fan favorite,
Definitely.
right?
Are we talking real fans? We're talking real fans?
Yeah.
Well, real fans, they're going to like things like Dorothea.
Yeah.
They're going to like things like Hoax, stuff like that.
So Amy's a real fan.
Yeah,
That's
Amy's,
right.
Amy's a real fan.
That's right.
Anyway, The Story of Us.
Well, I didn't know The Story of Us, even though I am a fan, and it's now a fan favorite. But early in my Taylor Swift career, I was not familiar with this song. And I got caught on stage a couple of times whenever Speak Now songs would come on. And I would do my classic Lacey move, which is put my hair in front of my face. I can't do it right now because I'm dirty. My hair is dirty. Put my hair in front of my face and dance like that. That way no one could see that I didn't know the words while I'm up on stage in front of people. Mortifying.
No, but
mortifying.
you know what's so funny? I have one of those videos because we were up on stage. We were at a Club 90s night, Lacey, and that song was playing. And I was going ballistic, and you were recording me. And behind the camera, I hear you go, I don't know this one. What were you going to say, Amy? I cut you off.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I know Taylor Swift songs, and I still, if I'm quizzed on lyrics, I am going to lose badly.
100%, me too.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a fan favorite. And after I learned it and fell in love with it, even before Speak Now came out, I was hoping to hear this song on the Eras tour.
Me too.
Originally.
I thought this would for sure make it on the set list. We ended up getting like one song from Speak Now, which now we understand why. But yeah, I was kind of surprised that it didn't make the set list.
And Death by a Thousand Cuts. That one got me. Now, yes, we got to see it live. Anna's gotten to see it now twice live.
Amazing.
But I just remember sheer panic turned into Amy, and I'm like, oh, if she's done with Lover, she didn't play Death by a Thousand Cuts. How dare she?
Like on the set list, yeah.
Yes. But I want to believe I spoke that into fruition. I made that happen
In the
for us.
moment.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Thank you, Lacey.
Before we get into The Story of Us, Taylor's version, should we get into The Story of Us 13 podcast version?
How cute.
The Story of Us. I know there's a lot of new listeners that join us all the time. They might not know really who we are, how we came to be. Should we give them a little recap of all that?
Absolutely.
So, I'm Nick.
I'm Anna.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Lacey G.
And our friendship started because we all worked together for a morning radio show called The Kid Craddock Morning Show. It's based in Dallas. It is the studio we are in right now. Lacey and I have since left the morning show, but we still come here 2 or 3 times a week to record our podcast here.
Can't get rid of us.
Anna and Amy still work there. And we all have been Swifties for a while, and we're all at different points in our Swiftie career.
Swiftie
like,
hood?
as Lacey says, the Swiftie career, our Swiftie hood.
Your Taylor Swift career, yeah. Yeah, what are we calling it? Swift career, Swiftie hood, Swiftie career,
Swiftie hood's fine.
Swiftie hood?
Yeah.
We're at different levels of our Swiftie hood, and that is what I like about this show is we are all at different points. Just like all of Taylor's listeners, we are also matching so many of those people who are maybe have not heard anything on Speak Now before until Taylor's version came out. Or there's people who have memorized every lyric and know every single thing that is on the albums and things like that. So we're all over the place. And we all have our own individual podcasts. And throughout the years when Taylor would release new music or a new album, we would all join forces and do a really, really long, somewhat thorough breakdown of her albums, like Reputation, and then we did Lover, and then we did Folklore. And then after that, we just decided, like, why don't we just start our own podcast?
It was your idea, Nick.
It was. I wasn't going to take credit. It was my idea.
It was your idea.
Was.
And you had the idea for a while because you kind of like mentioned it.
Yeah.
And we wondered if it was even a possible thing to do. But your idea was like, why don't we do a podcast where every single episode is a different song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then doing a podcast about Taylor Swift is kind of weird. And I think a lot of people had the same reaction that people who find out about our podcast now, everyone was like,
What?
All about
What?
Taylor Swift? Really?
Yeah, you're like, how
You
do
do
you...
podcasts? Like, yeah, we can do a whole podcast about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
How are you going to stay busy, though? How are you going to have enough content from Taylor Swift?
Exactly.
Well, we
And
picked a good artist.
And that is how this podcast came to be. We decided to break down one song per episode. At that time, she had like 200 and something songs. Like, we had like 4 years of content
Yeah.
just in front of us. Like, this can last.
At that moment, because we started in April of 2021.
Yeah, we started right as Fearless Taylor's version was released.
Uh-huh.
So that was the first album we started breaking down. And we've just gone on since there.
And we've only done albums that she owns.
That's correct.
So it's funny because we didn't want to do Taylor's release schedule is obviously so sporadic these days, and we wanted to do Folklore and Evermore
Like together, back to back, because that's how it goes.
And we kind of put it off a little bit because we wanted to make sure we had enough time to put the two of them together. So we started with Folklore, and right as soon as we started Folklore, she announced Midnights, which is then when we had to kind of get through Folklore and get into Midnights. So we have yet had time to go back to do Evermore.
Yeah.
We get questions all the time from people asking like, oh, did you guys already break down Evermore and I missed it? No.
No. We want to. We will.
One
We will.
day.
And it's kind of, it's kind of funny.
We do have a list of stuff that we still have to get to. I mean, all the girls you've loved before. There's so many things that we mean to get to, and then Taylor keeps on releasing stuff and just surprises us every time. And I haven't gone back and listened to our old episodes, but it's got to be funny to hear us from the beginning talking about, I can't wait for Taylor Swift to go on tour. And did you know there's a 10-minute version of All Too Well that no one's ever heard?
Well, we do get messages like that every now and then. There is one episode specifically, if you want to go back and listen. It was whenever we broke down the song Change on Fearless Taylor's version. I guess something in that conversation led to us talking about when is she going to tour again? Because we got messages pretty regularly from people being like, oh my God, I listened to your Change episode and the way you all predicted the Eras tour is insane.
All right.
So that's kind of fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, just how much she's changed musically in the past couple of years and how much she just keeps serving and delivering to us. And at the beginning of this podcast, I wasn't familiar with all of her music, but I'm still learning. But at the beginning, I had never heard Fearless before. And I would wait until we were breaking down the songs and listening to it for the first time. But now people expect from me. So I'm not I'm not waiting around anymore. But I listen to Taylor like consistently now anyway.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so cool though, because it's like I would give anything to listen to some of those songs for the first time again, you know? Like, I was watching a TV show where like some guy was talking about his favorite movie and the other character was like, oh, I've never seen it. And he goes, you're so lucky because you get to watch it for the first time. That's
neat.
That's kind of how I always felt about you, because you wanted to wait until Speak Now Taylor's version to get into it. And I was like, that is so, I envy that, you know? Like I think that I have always thought that was really cool.
And Red broke me.
Yeah.
Red was so good. But
And now
yeah.
she's probably working on TS11. Probably.
Well, that was the rumor this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Confirming that Taylor Swift is working on new music.
It was funny because there was like the headline that was like, Taylor Swift working on new music. And then people were like, it'd be a weirder headline to say that she's not working.
At this point.
There's people lining up outside our studio.
They're like, likely
yeah.
place for her to be.
So that's the story of us, the 13 podcast version. A little brief
So
recap
cute.
of us.
So cute. I love this podcast so much. And all the people that listen that have been
It's pretty cool.
with us through every chapter.
Yeah, a lot of people were pretty skeptical about our podcast. A lot of people still are pretty skeptical about our podcast, but, you know, not to toot our own horn, we're doing all right.
We're doing pretty good.
We have a great listener base, and it's been a lot of fun.
And you know what I was thinking the other day? Because I really do just adore all the people that listen to this podcast and go on this journey with us. When we started this podcast, Ryan was my boyfriend. And then on the podcast, he became my fiance. And now still doing this podcast, he's my husband.
That's
and
cute.
I went through that with our listeners, and that is so cool.
And I did exactly the opposite. I started off married, got divorced, and now I am very happily single. Next chapter.
And you know what? You know what? There's Taylor Swift music that both of these ladies relate to so much in their personal lives. Isn't that the great thing about this artist that we're
Oh my
following?
God, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Oh, I'm obsessed.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Maybe your life has also been a roller coaster, and throughout the years, you've had some surprises, some changes, some things that maybe you need to deal with or talk to somebody with. And that's why we like to refer to our friends at BetterHelp.
And talking to a therapist can actually be a really, really great thing. It doesn't always have to be because of something really dark going on. It can also just be to learn positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, how to empower yourself, be a better version of yourself. Therapy doesn't just have to be because of something traumatic. Therapy can just be a way for you to make yourself better.
It's good to be able to talk to someone when you're faced with different crossroads in life and maybe you don't know which path to take, or maybe you just need reassurance on what you are doing and you want somebody to tell you, you're okay, you're doing good. Maybe you need to learn how to set up boundaries. That's something that I've worked with my therapist with at BetterHelp.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Taylor Swift fan today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Taylor Swift fan. Should we dive into the story of us, Taylor's version?
Yes.
All right, she starts off by saying, I used to think one day we'd tell the story of us, how we met and the sparks flew instantly.
Sparks fly.
And people would say, they're the lucky ones.
The lucky one.
Lucky ones. Is Taylor inspiring Taylor here?
Absolutely.
So she's starting off by just kind of like daydreaming, like, oh, wouldn't that be great? These two lovebirds. One day people are going to say they're the lucky
They're the
ones.
lucky
Look,
ones.
they found each other.
And I do love when she does this. Like, it's kind of like it's an upbeat, like up-tempo, rock-ish kind of breakup song.
Yeah.
You know? And that's really cool. And I do like how she just had this, like, she visualizes, like, yeah, the story of us. And she goes through, like, the imagery of a literal story, like turning the page, you know, like reading a book, which I think is very, very cool.
And I do like how this kind of sets up something that it's kind of, you just have to live and learn. You know, people who are older than you are just going to say like, hey, you have to go through something to experience to understand how that feels. And I used to think this, and this, and then blank happened and completely derailed it. And that's how Taylor's setting this up. I used to think that one day we would be just going forever.
Yeah.
But probably not.
Do you want to talk about the inspiration behind the song before we get into like
Let's do it.
the lyrics so we can at least know the context?
Let's do it.
So a little bit of background, something that Taylor had said about The Story of Us. She said, The Story of Us is a song that I wrote about an awkward situation where, well, let me just preface by saying, I've happened to run into exes in strange places lately. This is about one of those situations where the strange place that I ran into him was an award show. So the hidden message in the song is CMT Awards.
Oh, wow.
So it's highly speculated that this song was inspired by John Mayer because he was sitting a few seats away from her at the CMT Awards that year. So
She said, we were both acting like we were engaged in conversations with people that we don't even know. It was just miserable. I was telling my mom about it later, and I said I felt like I was standing alone in a crowded room. And then I was like, gotta go, bye. And my mom is so used to it at this point. That's what this song is about.
yeah. And I think somewhat recently, Haley Williams also talked about like that moment, how Taylor is the type of songwriter where if she hears a sentence or even says a sentence, she'll be like, hold on, I need to write that down. Like she just gets instant inspiration.
Yeah.
And so I love that happened with The Story of Us was one of those instances.
Which I absolutely love that. And I wish I had that problem. Instead, my problem is I'm ADD and my brain will just flip and all of a sudden I'm not paying attention and I'm thinking something else. And I will like stop mid conversation and start talking about something else because it just flickered in my mind all of a sudden. I wish I could use it creatively like Taylor Swift. It sounds like I want to be Taylor Swift. I want to be her best friend. I don't want to be Taylor Swift. But how great is it that she has that gift?
Yeah. So when the song was first released, critics actually weren't really fond of it.
What?
They didn't. I saw that they weren't fond of how it sounded more pop than country.
Ugh.
Because at this point
They were pigeonholing her.
yes, to be country. And then I mean there were some critics that weren't fond of it. There was others that really loved it and they praised the up tempo and quote radio friendly sound. I read one review where the writer said she was basically praising Taylor for how she used specific details to quote still reach a universal feeling.
It's also the last song that she wrote on the album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she said after she finished that one, I knew I was done.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's so interesting because I feel like it's such a staple part of the Speak Now album.
Yeah.
And the video is really cool. I thought this was a cool fact as well. In the music video, the girl who makes out with Taylor's love interest was played by her backup singer, Liz Hewitt.
Oh, really?
And she told MTV News that she met Hewitt in a meet and greet line. She said, I started playing small bars and clubs a few years ago, and she came up to me and wanted me to sign an autograph. She waited 3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
And she came up and asked if she could sing for me. She sang for me, and I said, you've got to audition for some TV talent show. And I ran into her a few months later, and one thing led to another, and she ended up being my backup singer on tour and making out with a guy in my video.
Oh.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah. Now I just really want to approach Taylor.
And sing?
No, just be best friends. But not in that weird way like people do approach her in New York. Like I want to respectfully approach
not
her.
the stalker way.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no.
And no singing. But Taylor, if you would like to hear me sing, you can listen to several episodes on 13, a Taylor Swift podcast. We have all sang.
Probably a little bit later in this episode, I'm sure. Well, I'm very jealous of the crowd in Kansas City that got this as their surprise song. Very, very jealous. You know, a lot of the times with the surprise songs, like I'm just so happy to see it on a live stream. For this one, though, I was like, man, I really wish I was in that crowd. Really, I'm so jealous. This is iconic.
Picture to Burn and Other Side of the Door.
Other Side of the Door, yeah.
Those, I definitely, I
wish I was in the
sparked those
room.
feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. Wish I was there. Wish I was there.
I used to know my place was the spot next to you. Now I'm searching the room for an empty seat.
Which I just love the language that she uses in this song. Like, yeah, my place was a spot like that, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And then we get to see that specific growth in Lover when she says, "At every table, I'll save you a seat."
Yeah.
Oh,
my heart.
But you know,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Because lately, I don't even know what page you're on. You're so unpredictable playing your games back and forth. I hate that she even just felt this for John in general.
I know.
Assuming this is about John Mayer, but
Under the
to
assumption.
see the fairy tale that she thought in her head, the young innocence that's, oh, it could be me and you forever. And then you learn the true meaning of a person. But
Yeah. Have you guys ever awkwardly run into an ex?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know I have. Just because of church, events.
When you feel awkward?
Yeah.
I've never had an awkward situation where like we're not going to talk to each other, but I did have an awkward meetup one time. There was a guy I was dating in Georgia before I moved here, and my parents thought we were going to marry. It was probably my first serious boyfriend, even though we didn't date for that long, because I was getting ready to move to Texas. Well, after I moved here, he kept in contact with me somewhat, and I went back to go visit, I don't know, a couple years later, and I was out with him and some friends. I invited him to come out, and he tried to kiss me, and I was like,
What?
yeah. And I was like, no, like, I haven't seen you in years. It's not like that. Well, he did the really awkward Irish goodbye where he just took off without saying bye.
Yeah.
Because I guess he had different thoughts than I did. And he thought like, oh, now we're going to reconnect. And I'm thinking like, it's been years. I'm not with you. We're not going to kiss. We're not going to make out. It's not like that at all. So that was awkward. We did become Facebook friends one day, and he since deleted me. So I just think I'm the one who got away, and I was a painful reminder to him or something. Yeah, so that was awkward, but I'm relatively good with my exes. I would hate to be out in public and have to like introduce my ex-husband, even though we're still on good terms with each other. That's just not a conversation I would like to have with somebody, with some random dude. Who's that? Oh, that's my ex-husband. But fortunately, I'm not dating and not out and running into people. So unless you're going to come catch me at my house.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had like an awkward, like unexpected run-in. I guess kind of like in a not a award show situation, but like a situation where I knew he was going to be there and it was awkward. At least I felt awkward, even though you say hi and you like address each other and like whatever, because it's more awkward to not say hi. But yeah, like that kind of like alone in a crowded room kind of situation, which is just uncomfortable.
And Anna, I don't remember who this was about, but you told a story of just seeing someone you know and not wanting to say hi in that situation at like a grocery store or something. So you were trying to hide, and Ryan was like, you cannot hide with your hair.
And that was just awkward. It wasn't like somebody like an enemy or anything like that. It was just like someone that I hadn't seen in like years. And I just didn't really want to do the whole small talk situation. And it was during COVID. And I thought that like with my mask, you know, because like when you're wearing a mask, you can kind of sometimes not recognize people.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just like put my head down and I had my mask and I was trying to just like hide my face a little so that they wouldn't say hi. And then Ryan was like, your hair is very curly. Like it is very distinctive. Like you're very easy to spot.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
kind of ruined it for me.
But did they spot you?
Ruined my incognito. No. Well, if they did, they didn't say hi. I also didn't say hi. So I feel like it was one of those mutual things where we both agreed to not say hi. Because that happens too. But yeah, and it wasn't an ex. It was just like someone I hadn't seen in a couple of years. It was just ugh.
But then you've also had listeners who just say hi to you and it takes you, then they're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, sometimes that does happen. Like, yeah, people will say hi because they listen to either the podcast or the morning show, which is like so awesome. And I want people to say hi. But when they don't say like, oh, hi, listen to the show, they just say hi. In my head, I'm like, oh, shoot, how do I know you? Like, and then me personally, I never say nice to meet you. I always say good to see you.
Yeah.
Same.
Always.
Because you
always,
never know.
Always. Because you never know. And it's like, that is something nice you can say to someone that you meet for the first time. Like,
Smart.
oh, it's like so good to see you. Like, oh, whatever. But to say like, oh, so nice to meet you. Oh, we've met. Oh, awkward.
Yeah.
I don't correct people whenever they say that to me. If they say it's nice to meet you, I don't feel necessary to tell them that I've met before. But I'm like you. I always say good to see you. Except for one person that Amy and I would see at a mutual party, a friend of a friend who has introduced herself to me each and every year, including you weren't at the last party, Amy, but she reintroduced herself to me again and then realized like, oh, never mind, I know who you are.
It's so uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think you've told me who this is.
Yeah.
But that's so uncomfortable. Oh, I'm so sorry.
But it's just like, wow, we've had the same conversation twice a year now for 7 years, maybe. Yeah. But it's fine. This episode is sponsored by Base. So we are coming up to another holiday weekend. We've got Labor Day ahead of us, and a lot of people are going to be traveling. You know what that's like, trying to cram everything into a bag so you don't have to check your luggage. Well, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is carry your Base. I am so in love with my Base bag. This Base bag was created by the actress model Shay Mitchell, and just like us, she was always looking for a way to make travel a breeze. That's why she created Base, the perfect luggage that's fashionable and functional.
Airport anxiety is a real thing. Between constantly checking my pockets for my ID or forgetting the gate number even though I just looked at my boarding pass, I'm stressed. But when you travel with Base, your bag has the function and the fashion to keep you calm, carefree, and looking cute.
I love how much stuff I can shove into my Base bag and still keep it organized and keep everything separate. Base really has made traveling easy and fashionable. You don't just have to take our word for it. Base has over 30,000 five-star reviews. Whether you're packing for a quick trip or looking to breeze through the security line, Base has your personal items covered.
Right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/Taylor Swift fan. Go to basetravel.com Taylor Swift fan for 15% off your first purchase. That's BEIS travel.com/Taylor Swift fan.
And again, that's BEIS travel.com/Taylor Swift fan. Go get 15% off your purchase. You are going to love it. And safe travels. Oh, a simple complication, miscommunications lead to fallout. So many things that I wish you knew. So many walls up I can't break through.
This is like, honestly, like you can't just sing this song. You have to kind of like scream it. It is like a scream in the car kind of song. I weirdly love how she uses the words that end with shun, complication, miscommunication. Like, I just really like that a lot. Okay, so this is the line that she said inspired the song. I'm standing alone in a crowded room.
And we're not speaking.
And I'm dying to know, is it killing you like it's killing me? And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed as we go through these Speak Now songs? I feel like on Speak Now, she's very straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like these lyrics are just very
Not a
straightforward.
lot of explanation needed.
Yeah.
I do think it's neat that this is it definitely depends on the person, because we've seen her in award shows with Harry Styles recently, and it's so chummy. Like,
Yeah.
it's so cool and like totally normal, and they get along. But we know it's not about Harry Styles. So
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess it depends on the person.
yeah, for sure.
Because if I broke up with Harry Styles, I would also want to be cool.
I don't know what to say since the twist of fate when it all broke down. And the story of us looks a lot like a tragedy now.
See, that's so cool. That's like, this is one of the instances where she uses that like imagery of like a literal story.
Right.
Like a tragedy, like, you know.
At the play.
Of the play. Yes,
Right.
exactly. Next chapter. One of my favorite parts. One of my favorite lines in the entire Taylor Swift cinematic universe.
Whoa.
Next chapter.
How do we end up this way? See me nervously pulling at my clothes and trying to look busy.
Which is so relatable. And I feel like at this time, that's kind of how you would look busy, by tugging at your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you just kind of keep refreshing Twitter over and over.
Yeah.
You're on
looking
your
at
phone pretending to text somebody, like looking at emails that you didn't need to look at. You know, you can make yourself look busy on your phone.
Mhm.
Easy.
Mhm.
Easy.
And just not making eye contact. If I don't see you, you don't see me type thing.
Yeah.
And now you're doing your best to avoid me. I'm starting to think one day I'll tell the story of us, how I was losing my mind when I saw you here. But you held your pride like you should have held me.
I love that line too.
Oh, I'm scared to see the ending. Why are we pretending this is nothing? I tell you I miss you, but I don't know how. Anna, take it.
I've never heard silence quite this loud.
Now I'm standing alone in a crowded room and we're not speaking. And I'm dying to know, is it killing you like it's killing me? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what to say since the twist of fate when it all broke down. And the story of us looks a lot like a tragedy now.
I didn't know that it was, okay, misheard lyric here. It's killing you like it's killing me. Yeah. I always thought it was, it's killing you like it's killing me and.
Oh.
That's how I sing it, like, killing me. And I don't know what to say since a twist of fate.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Huh. Interesting. Love that. So this is looking like a contest of who can act like they care less. Love that she rhymed contest with careless.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, but I liked it better when you were on my side. The battle's in your hands now.
But I would lay my armor down
if you said you'd rather love than fight.
fight. She would give herself up. She doesn't want to fight. She wants to love, but they're giving her no choice.
Right.
So many things that you wish I knew, but the story of us might be ending soon.
Yeah. I just love this song so much. I kind of hate that, it is possible that John Mayer was the inspo behind it, but man, did she create an excellent bop.
Mm-hmm.
Certified.
But how awkward to be in that situation, though, where she is forced to come face to face
Yeah.
with an ex that she doesn't like, and now she feels like she's standing alone in a crowded room. We're not
Yeah.
speaking.
But it's so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the, like, this is looking like a contest of who can act like they care less. Like, yeah, when you are in that crowded room and you're trying to make yourself look busy, you're trying to look cool. Like, yeah, I don't care that he's here, but he's in the corner of your eye every single time
Yeah.
that you look around.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and then that awkward moment where you are looking out of the corner of your eye, and then they're
And
and then they catch you, and then you have to act like I was not looking at you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Act like you
I don't
care
care
less.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
But the battle's in your hands now. Yeah. I'm just so I don't know, and I love to hear her now singing this song. I feel like Speak Now Taylor's version as an album, her voice is just a little bit deeper.
Oh, sure.
And I love it so much, and I think it's great. And I will admit that this song has one of those parts for me that I've never heard silence quite this loud. I'll rewind and listen to it again. I'll go back and listen to that part again. It's one of those for me.
And I love how she ends it on the end.
Yeah.
The end.
The end.
Yeah. That's great. This is a classic Taylor song. I love the video. Here are some comments that I read on YouTube. Someone said this song is criminally underrated. Someone else said if you break this song down, it's so much more powerful. Just reading the lyrics without the upbeat, catchy tune and really letting them sink in is like poetry. I'm not going to lie, it stings a little. This is for the relationships that you thought would last forever or at least would have a happy ending, but now you see each other and just feel agony, knowing that you were once so close together with each other and now you're just bringing up a cordial smile and act like nothing ever happened. It's one of the hardest things to do.
Oh, yeah. I realize now, and I very much apologize, that I didn't post on our social media asking for people's stories about this song. I will post something now so we can share that at the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah, that's great.
And we'll tack it on with the next song. So
Perfect.
I do apologize if you were looking forward to that part of the episode, because it has become a really fun and cute part of our episode. So I apologize, but I will have that ready for our next episode.
And Marlene on YouTube said, I'm just going to say it. This is her best music video. The location, her looks, the musicians, the vibe, the storytelling, the students throwing up paper. Beautiful. So I want to ask y'all, favorite Taylor Swift music video. I'm going to say aesthetically, I'm going to say Me. That is a beautiful, beautiful. But, and I bet you think about Me. I have two.
Yeah, I was about to say, because it's a different question versus like your favorite versus like her best. Like I feel like those are different. Because when I think favorite music video, to me, Blank Space, I think is high up there. But I also think one of the most iconic is Look What You Made Me Do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to say Safe and Sound, which is so lame, but that's where my heart is. And her walking through the forest.
That's not lame.
Okay. Well, then that's what it is.
Well, you know, we should do an episode for the future ranking her music videos.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because that would be really hard to do.
Yeah. All right, that's it for this episode of 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Be sure to leave us a rating and review. All the ways to contact us are in the episode of this podcast. And join us next time because we are going to be breaking down Never Grow Up. The end.
The end.
I'm Lacey.
I'm Amy. The end.
And this is the end.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling, and you can fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So if you only have a few minutes between meetings during the day, or you get home and you're just so hungry but you have no time to cook, Factor is where you should go. They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, and you'll always have new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. And these are delicious. From breakfast to dessert, you can stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And you can keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes, so no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Head to factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 and use code TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code TaylorSwiftFan50 at factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.